Once again, happy Shredder's Revenge release week. Or should I say Shredder's Revenge launch eve? Do you have your game pre-ordered digitally, I mean? Well, I mean the physical releases are up for pre-order too, but digitally I still think it's only on Nintendo Switch. I don't know, that's where I pre-ordered mine. Gonna get it on Steam day one though. I'm gonna get it on everything. Okay, whatever. I was already kind of hoping to make this a Shredder's Revenge release week celebration of sorts, dropping a video relating to the game throughout the entire week. Wasn't really sure what I was going to do for today, but luckily these beautiful developers came through and dropped one more. I believe this is the final behind the scenes look at the game before it launches, where we get to see the thought process behind the art, the animation, and the music behind the game. I was so excited when this uploaded, and I just can't not talk about it, so that's what we're gonna do here today. But you already know the drill. Before we get into that, if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell right next to it. That way you don't miss a single video that I post. If you're new here, make sure to leave a like and share the video around with anyone you think may be interested, and a comment down below always goes a long way. Also, subscribe to Geekly Games, please. Now listen, the first half of this video is already something to get super excited about. This is the kind of stuff that I loved. I loved every single one that they released so far. All the behind the scenes stuff, it's all been incredible. But this one in particular really drives home the fact everyone went hard at work on a writing standpoint. Animation, art, music. I don't know, this one really just kept me locked in my seat, eyes glued to the screen, and I just indulged in it all. Once again, don't get me wrong, I was the same way with all the other videos that they released, okay? I don't know, maybe I was just having an extra good vibe tonight, but I really enjoyed this one. You know what? I think what plays into it is the fact the game's coming out freaking tomorrow. That might have a pretty loud voice in the reason why I was super hyped watching this. But yeah, I don't know, let's talk about it. So briefly, they went over the 87 Turtles. They have such a distinct art style, such a distinct look. I've talked about that plenty of times, I don't need to harp on that too much. But to recap, yeah, most iconic designs for the brand. They're the face of the entirety of TMNT, so it makes sense to go with that art style. But then they kind of lean more into talking about how it influences the feel of the game, especially each individual character, all the way down to the walk cycle. They understand how to translate these characters into video game format, even though they're not going to be having heavy pieces of dialogue. It'll mostly have to show through the character, through the animations. I think Michelangelo is like one of the strongest examples. I think we all talked about how his run cycle is just so goofy, and that just plays into his personality that much more. We were able to pinpoint that, yeah, but it's good to hear them state it like, yeah, that was our intention, which it obviously was, but it's still good having confirmation, okay? Leave me alone, gosh. Look, I know that I'm all over the place, but I'm trying to remember what all I saw from the video and what I can talk on that I found to be most interesting. And one really cool portion to me was talking about how they're translating the story into a video game format. And that doesn't even necessarily mean that the game's going to be story focused, like it's not going to be a super heavy part of the game. At least I don't think. But even so, with a loose thread of a narrative to get you from point A to point B, that takes a lot of work, and it's cool hearing the insight and what it takes to do that. They really took the time to go back and watch specific episodes of TMNT 87, and what they highlight here is that sometimes it was looking for a character for a boss, sometimes it was to fit a certain tone and environment that they needed for a given level. They cherry-picked special episodes to fit the kind of feeling they wanted to invoke within a specific portion of the game. So I guess in that sense, even though the game is going to be super rewarding for Turtles fans across the board, it seems if you've seen every single episode of TMNT 87, it'll be extra rewarding because you can pick out certain tones and characters and vibes that I guess they wanted to translate from a given episode to the game, or a very specific area of the game. Heck, even if you just have knowledge about the 87 Turtles toy line, you're gonna get a lot of Easter eggs in here, whether it be canceled toys or characters that were in certain movies that came out when the 87 show was still on the air. I don't know, there was a lot of care, there was a lot of time and energy put into every aspect of this game. This just further proves that, you know, and it makes me even more excited for freaking tomorrow. Tomorrow, can you believe it? Yeah. In this section of the video, they mention they had such an overwhelming response to the game, even though it's not even out yet. And I mean, for good reason. Round of applause to everyone working on this game. You already know how much I love you. But down in the comments below, let's show some love to everyone who had some form of a hand in making this a thing. But now for the back half of this video, it's all about the music, the grooves. Speaking of, the soundtrack for TMNT Shredder's Revenge is going to be up for pre-order. If it isn't already, it'll be on CD, vinyl, and we got a special new track in relation to the game that like just dropped. I'll link it if you haven't heard it yet. It's a banger. But yeah, let's keep talking. First of all, okay, you're a masterpiece of a human being. You know what you're doing. I'm so glad they hired you of all people. We got little snippets of the soundtrack here throughout this back half of the video, and it sounds so good. You can pick little tunes and music music cues from the original games, from the original show, and there's enough new stuff there to make it feel fresh, but at the same time it has that added layer of nostalgia because more often than not it's blending with an original tune from the original show. When I mean original in that sense, I mean like classic. Hopefully you're following along. I don't know. Also, fun fact, I couldn't help but notice the soundtrack was made in FL Studio. That's kind of what I used to make some of my fan TMNT music. What a coincidence. A very, very cool aspect of this portion of the video to point out here, there's heavy emphasis on the fact that they're using retro sounding instrumentations, sounds, all of that, but it has none of the technical limitations that they had back in the day. You have a lot more at your disposal, but you don't want to sacrifice that nostalgic sound. So it's blending new age technology with the emotions that the original classic games invoked when hearing those soundtracks. Once again, within the video itself, it was stated best. It doesn't sound like old 8-bit, 16-bit video game music. It sounds HD, it sounds modern, but the flavor itself, takes you back to that simpler time. Being back in an arcade, being on an NES, SNES. It's great. I love it. Similar to how when tackling the animation, they had to take into account how certain characters act. What is their whole demeanor? How do they carry themselves? How do we let that personality shine through the animation? The music department, they have to do the same thing. Or at least based on this video, this one person. What is the scene trying to convey? I know majority of the game's supposed to be fun and lighthearted, if not all. But when you encounter a boss, it's got to get a bit more serious, a little bit more gritty. We're not talking like brutal or anything. It's still going to be fun. Still, at the end of the day, an 87 design TMNT video game. But yeah, I don't know. It's like every aspect of this game was so carefully thought out, keeping the fans in mind, what they want in mind, what they've always wanted to see out of a Ninja Turtles game, what we've always wanted to see out of it. I'm gonna cry. Sorry, I just get so emotional talking about this game. How could you not? I mean, do you blame me? Well, you don't just sit up with yourself late at night, staring at the ceiling, thinking about nothing but TMNT Shredder's Revenge and just letting tears begin to stream down your face, thinking, I don't have it right now, but this time tomorrow, it's on. It's on. Once again, I don't feel like I can go without thanking the team for everything they've done in terms of not just making the game, but like keeping us informed with every step of the process, especially if you were in that Discord server. The game turned out to be super affordable. Just getting the digital copy or even the physical copy at its base form. You can splurge if you want to. We actually talked about all the different editions of this game that you can buy on physical. I believe that was the last video I posted in relation to the game. But again, seriously, like these video diaries or behind the scenes videos, however you want to frame it, or whatever you want to call these videos that they've been putting out, all of it. It's all been such a treat and a delight. It's as if we've been on the ride the entire time. And you know what? Scratch that. It's not as if. We have been on this ride with them the whole time. Of course, we didn't put much work into developing the game, but voicing our opinions and showing our support and how much we love all the work they've been putting in, all the things that they've been showing us. I don't know. I think that this is a very good thing. The Turtles fans, the brand alike, we all needed it. I don't know if everyone felt that we did, but I feel personally that we did. I feel that. It doesn't really feel like I've been covering the game for as long as I have. It doesn't feel like I've been talking about it for as long as I have with my friends. All of us just being so hyped and guessing, oh, is it going to drop here? Is it going to drop there? What are you going to get it on? Are you going to get it on this console? PC? That I think back to one of the funniest conversations we ever had, arguing the baseline price point. That was a funny discussion. We were all wrong, by the way. Sorry, I'm just going down memory lane now with this game. All the days leading up to it. Just for me to be here right now recording yet another video about it, covering all the behind the scenes stuff one last time before tomorrow when the game will be here. Wow, really take that in for a second. I've said it like multiple times throughout this video. I probably sound like a broken record. But yeah, oh yeah, by the way, if you were here for the breakdown about the behind the scenes video that dropped, the most recent one, yeah, that's all I had to say on it. Thank you so much for tuning in to hear me break that down or just hear my opinions on it if you're interested. I don't know. The last few minutes of this video, I just really wanted to take time to really marinate in the entire experience. So if that's all you wanted, feel free to click off and enjoy the rest of your day as much as possible. I know you're gonna have a hard time just waiting it out to get your hands on the game, but seriously, thank you for hanging out with me, and you get some proper rest so you can game all day tomorrow. No, but for everyone else who's sticking around for this last little bit here, yeah, subscribe to my gaming channel. I know for sure I want to make videos about Shredder's Revenge, me actually playing with it, doing a few bits of commentary here and there on top of it. I'll more than likely be posting Let's Play videos or just highlight reels on that channel, and here I will be doing more of a discussion and first impressions video and a review and all that. That'll probably come Friday or so. That'll serve as the Friday video. But yeah, like I said, wanted to make this a Shredder's Revenge dedicated week. So yeah, it's time. I guess I'm just having a hard time ending this video because I know once it's up, it's all over. It's all over from here. What are you getting TMNT Shredder's Revenge on? What platform? Let me know. You know, I have to ask in every single video. I'm not going to ask if you're excited. I know I don't need to. So instead, I will ask, because you've had time to figure it out, I think, what edition of the game are you getting? Aside from what platform you're getting it for, if you're getting a physical copy, which edition are you getting? I'm seriously trying everything everything in my power to not cave and get the Radical Edition. But let me know if you're getting it. I'll be happy for you. I guess after you answer all that, just take off like the rest of everyone. And like me, sit in your chair, look at the ceiling, and wait. We got this. One day, Turtles fans are strong. Turtle power. Let's do this.
I am so excited.
If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell right next to it. That way you don't miss a single video that I post. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and share it around with anyone you think may be interested. And a comment down below always goes a long way. And as always, I've been Geekly, you've been awesome, and I'll catch you guys sometime in the future if by some miracle I find out how to put the game down after it drops. It's coming out tomorrow. Cowabunga dudes.